Hi, this is Steve Yates, and today I want to talk to you about SpotMe, the color separator for Photoshop for screen printers. So let's get started. SpotMe is a spot color separator. It does simulated process and index. It does not do 4-color process or anything like that. It really focuses on simulated process and index and works within that realm. It also does Ripless halftones and a whole host of other kind of stuff. But just for the sake of the demo, I'm going to show you a quick demo on it, just to show you what it does on 2 different images. This one is obviously a parrot image, and it's going to be done on let's say a white shirt. Here's our regular old channels. Here's our regular old layers. Make sure that we're working on one layer. It can be a background layer. It can be a transparent layer, but it just needs to be one. Anyway, I'm going to go over and go to the actions. I'm going to scooch back up to, where am I at here? Scooch back up to right here. This is the whole entire banana right here. And we're going to go to Steve CS Simulated Process. Anyway, here we go. It's a quick process too. You can see that the image will be done really quick. As you can see, it was done really quick. And let's go ahead and go through the colors. We're going to do this on white, so we don't need to do a base or anything like that. But we do need a yellow. I'm going to turn the base on just so we can see the yellow. The base is white, so you can't see it, but you can see the yellow. Anyway, there's the yellow plate right there. There's the red plate right there. There's the light blue plate right there. There's a flesh that this comes up with, and the chances of you using it are 2. Slim and none, but so it's really kind of an add-on for you to mess with more than anything. Anyway, going on, there's the green. Going on, we don't really need a gray in here per se. SpotMe finds every color that's possible. We're not going to always use them all. Here's a brown, another good example. We don't necessarily need the brown. No magenta to speak of. There's a blue in here. We want to use that. It's more like a royal blue or a little darker, maybe more like a reflex. Anyway, and there's the black. And at this point, we're only using 1, 2, I'm not counting the base, obviously. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colors right there. So if you got a 6-color press, we're in business. And a lot of people do have a 6-color press. But you're probably thinking maybe we're really missing this brown. We like the way that it does this gradient and everything else. We can go over to the actions over here. I'm going to highlight the brown screen, and we're going to actually add that to a darker color. Maybe we're going to add it to, let's say, depending on what it's up against, I'll add it to the dark blue or something like that. And we're going to add, let me select that dark blue, and we're going to add the brown to the selected channel, and away it goes. And now we're going to ixnay. We're going to start this all over again as far as what colors are selected. Yellow, red, light blue, green, no brown, dark blue. So now we're getting this back, and we're actually getting it back in kind of a nice fade as well. And then there's the black. I'm going to scooch in on this so you can see it a little bit better. And you can see that the SpotMe does a great job of cutting color. This is a very cool separation in itself. And these will come out more of a dark color rather than a purple color. I'm going to back this up just a little bit here so you can see how good of a job this did. This is the simulated process version. You can actually do things like, say you need an open head. You only have 5 heads. You have a 6-color press, but one of your heads is jacked up. It's been jacked up for years, and you really just don't have any ambition to fix it. We can go in and into the spot utilities here, and let me see. I'm going to take two of these. Actually, it's not in the spot utilities. It's in the simulated process itself, and we're going to mix the blues. We're going to put the blues together, and of course, Spot Me goes back and puts all the channels on again. We're going to go back. Yellow, red, no light blue this time, because we put it in a new blue channel. Blues all is what I like to call it. And the black. Going back, whoops, we're missing the green. Going back, here's the new blue, and we've done this in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors. Right there, because of that jacked up head of yours. So, there you go. That's the simulated process portion. I'm going to go over here and we're going to go over the index part of this. Now, a lot of people would say that you need, if you're going to do an index, you have to have several colors to make it work. And, you know, we can mix it up to several colors, no problem, but it is possible to do a smaller colored index print. I'm going to do one in 6 colors right now, just to show you that that's true. We have 2 different kind of indexes in Spot Me, and I did it this way for a handful of reasons. A lot of guys don't have a no dithered index, and I understand why they don't have it, but in some cases it's good to have. If you have a 2 or a 3 color image, it's all solids and there's no halftones in it at all, you're going to want to use a no dither. Otherwise, Spot Me is going to go in and find everything that could be a dither, and including anti-aliased edges and stuff like that, and it's going to turn it into a dithered dot. With no dither and still indexing, we're going to end up with a solid, a good solid separation of colors, and that I will show you later on. But as for right now, with this parrot, I'm just going to show you a 6-colored index. Now it's going to go ahead and mix a base and a highlight anyway, and we're not going to need it right now, but it does it anyway. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and with the index, and here goes. This is 6 colors again. Index is finished. Let's go to the channels and see what we got. We have a base, which is we're not going to need right now. Here's our yellow index, dithered dots, and I'm going to back this up one more time, maybe 2 more times, see if I can get a good smooth image. There we go. And we'll go ahead and get the parrot's face glued in there. There's the red, light blue, green, regular old blue, oops, and black. And this is actually, I get more use out of indexes than I do simulated process. I like doing indexes. I do custom index work, and it's easy to cut, and a lot of guys like the way it looks. Does great on darks, which I'm going to show you here in a second. And I'm going to zoom in on this Spot Me down here so you can see how the fade works in here. And there's just a little bit of black in here, just enough to give it a ramp. So anyway, that's Spot Me on a white garment. I'm going to show you Spot Me on a dark garment. What you're going to need for a dark garment is no background at all. You're going to need a layer, one layer, with everything that you want knocked out as a transparent background. This image here, the Oasis, is a restaurant in St. Augustine Beach, Florida, and they gave me permission to use it. I love the image. It's got a lot of color in it, and that's the reason why I wanted to use it. It wasn't one of my designs. It's simply a borrowed design. The people at St. Augustine, or at the Oasis, were nice enough to turn me on to the design to do the demo, and kudos to you. I appreciate it. It's a great design. Anyway, I'm going to go back to the actions over here. I'm going to show it to you again in simulated process. Spot Me is going through the whole image. It's going to do the same thing it did with the parrot, but this time it's going to give you a base and a highlight that you can actually use. And the reason why I say it that way is because we weren't using the base before. Here's the base, and this is an editable, fully editable base. You can put any more amount of this color if you want underneath it, in the base to base the color itself. I'm going to go through the colors. Here's the shirt. In this particular case, the shirt is this teal color. There's the base. There's the yellow. There's the red. Now you can see that we don't really need a brown in this. Anyway, there's our light blue. There's our green. And we don't need a dark gray. There's the brown, and as you can see, the brown just kind of gets in the way. There's the blue, and there's the black. And at that, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 colors right there. 8 with a top white. If you have an 8-color press, it's a primo way to go, right there. Let's say you have a 6-color press, but you still need to do this on a dark garment. We can go over to the actions and say we want to do this on a 4-color plus base and highlight. Let's go ahead and hit that. And that's going to combine a whole bunch of colors. Your blues are going to get combined. The green is going to get combined. And stuff like that. Let's go ahead and get over here and take a look at what we've got. We have... Whoops. There's our base, yellow, let me back up, base, yellow, red, blue, and black. And that is a 5-color design because of the base. We have a top white there, for those of you that don't have that jacked up extra head on your 6-color press. And that's pretty much that. This is on a dark colored garment. We can actually make this color, if you go into the channel itself, you can make this the color of this garment whatever color you want. We'll go ahead and put it on navy. So that's how it looks on navy. You can go over here, let's say it's on a black shirt, because good guys wear black. There's a black shirt. So, there's all kinds of things you can do with this. Let's say you don't like the amount of color, or excuse me, base that's underneath this image itself. Maybe you'd like to get a little bit more red and yellow, maybe red, underneath the in the base. So you can go back over here to the spot utilities, and let's say we want to put more, first of all, more red in the base. Okay, it's going through and telling you that the channels that we just got rid of aren't there, and the reason why they're not there is because we put this into a 4-color image. Anyway, you can see that now we have a more pumped up image. I'm going to do the same thing for the yellow, and it's going to come back and it's going to tell you the same thing. The dark gray is not there, all these other colors aren't there, and they're not there because we took them out when we did the 4-color. Going back out, there's the image with the pumped up base. Pretty good looking image. Let's say that you don't have a rip to do this with. You don't have any source of postscript at all. I have a ripless halftone, and I can show you that right now. And we can do this as low as I think I did it at 25 line per inch, which is a big old dot. We probably want to do something around 55, but let's say you're doing this on a manual press and your screens are kind of jacked and everything else. We're going to do a ripless 22.5 degree halftone at 45 lines per inch. And what this will do, this will make a I'm going to say yes, this is going to make a 1200 dpi image that's ready to print. And here's your halftone. I've got your halftone, and this is ready to go. That's a ready to print piece of artwork right there. It doesn't bring it back into the original image. Whoops, there's the original image. Whoops, there's the original image that we took it from. And if you look, this is still a grayscale image, but this one is not. The reason why I did it that way is so we'd have a round dot. And there you go. It's a rounder dot, I should say, than if you didn't have it, or if you did it on 300 dpi or something like that. Anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. My name is Steve Yates. This is Spot Me, And if you have any questions, please look me up.